Alright, so I'm finding this location for my fuse holder, which is right over there. Usually want that 18 inches away from the positive lead on the battery. Just to protect against a short circuit, something grounds out, you want that fuse to pop prior to it getting to the amplifier. The amplifier as well has its own fuses, just in case if there is a short, the fuses on the amp will save the amp. Make sure this is not attached to the positive lead yet. Do that at the very end prior to testing the amp. Nice and tight. Alright, so next step, I went ahead and shot I got my 4 gauge along with the factory loom right here, zip tied. Got my 2-channel RCAs ran. Now, next is the grounding wire. I'm going to be going ahead and placing it, attaching it right to here. That way it can follow this thick loom and not make the carpet bulge or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get this together. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the ground here. What I like to do is I call it the Mickey Mouse ear trick. I'm not sure if you guys watched my Volkswagen install, but same concept. You get one in the center, you put 2 on the outside, that way it can never come loose. Now, I do suggest when installing an amp, the amp comes with like a protective coating, like a saran wrap around it or a plastic bag, for example. Keep that on there until you find the location you're going to be mounting it, as well as until you mount the amplifier. That way, in this case, this is a high gloss black painted finish. I really don't want to scratch it because I'm going to be putting this underneath the seat. So after I install it, I'll go ahead and peel that off. Just finished installing our TE601D amplifier underneath the seat, as you can see. As well, and that next step is to put our thunderform in with our TT6510 Shaw mount woofers, and we're going to be complete. So we're going to go ahead and test fit the enclosure. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. MTX also recommends, if you want to upgrade your woofers, in this case that's what we did, is to go with the TT6510s in their thunderform enclosures. The airspace measurements are absolutely perfect for these to get optimal performance, so that's the reason why we did that upgrade. Go ahead and mount these woofers in. I usually like to use a screw that's going to penetrate all the way through the actual box itself, not halfway through, all the way through. So if you have to use a long screw, don't worry about it. Another thing you want to be careful of is slipping off the screw and going through your surround of your woofer. So I usually take my hand, start to drill, and I put my hand there. I'd rather hurt my hand than the woofer itself, to tell you the truth, because I really don't like replacing them.
But you like replacing your hand?
I can, well, fixing it.
$500?
I got medical insurance. Alright, so in this case, we actually decided not to do the ballistic mat underneath the carpet. For one, it's already padded, and if I added a secondary layer, the sub box would actually sit up a little bit higher and cause the seats to have a sort of an arch to them like this. So I decided against it. Now I'm going to save this ballistic mat kit for all 4 doors. We're going to be doing a TE604 4-channel amplifier with the TXT components, and we're going to be utilizing the ballistic mat on the doors instead. Other than that, the sub should be perfectly fine without it underneath the box. So right now I'm trying to get my wire through here with my wire feeder. Trying to shoot it up and then over to where the enclosure will be. Alright, so we got them wired up. Got my 12 gauge shot through, and what I tend to do, MTX, Thunderforms, etc., they usually suggest to you to use these as mounting holes to mount into the floor. But just in case, if you need to use this area for any reason, I want them to be able to remove it very easily. So if you just pop it out, I went ahead and put quick disconnects on the other side of this, sub lead. That way he can just pop it right out real quick and easy and have his room back. Other than that, you really don't need to mount these, in my opinion. But it is instructed within MTX to do so. So in some cases it may matter. But in this, I'm going to keep it as is. I'm going to go ahead and tune up the amp, put the dash back together, test everything, make sure it works properly, and then we're going to go ahead and show you the finished product. Alright guys, we just finished our install on our 2009 Dodge Ram 1500 Bighorn. We got our TE601D amplifier underneath the seat. We got our thunderform in the back with our TT6510 running at 2 ohms. Pretty sweet setup. Sounds pretty darn good. Now we did this on quick disconnect so he can pull it out very easily, put it back in very easily as well. And the next install is going to be a TE604 with the nice components in the doors to really complement the subs. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Running with Sonic Electronics.